This one for WWE champions. Pay to win like every day, yeah.
I don't play mobile games.
Funny how they still think I'm a broke man.
Then I'm broke.
Even though I be pulling Hogan's. I spent like 40 grand on a couple thousand pictures of some sweaty men.
And then, so let me answer the question, and then let me go to the next contribution. So the final stream that I did of, excuse me, the final stream that I did of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth had less than 200 viewers, okay? Had almost no support. I swear it was like a $15 stream. And on top of all of that, get this, the chat stopped paying attention to the game and me entirely. I was trying to talk to them. They literally weren't talking to me. They were acting like I wasn't there. And it became a sports chat. The entire room was talking about sports. And I turned to everyone and I said, what the fuck are you doing? This is a video game stream. This is not your open chat room to start talking about sports. Like, I get it, you don't like the game, but this is not basketball chat or whatever. I think we were in the midst of, like, March Madness, and people were talking about the basketball games, right? And I was like, this is not what this is for. So stop. And then people, oh, let's meme that Phil doesn't want sports in his chat. No, it's not the case. It's that I'm here to put out a gameplay stream for you. I'm doing the game right now, and literally no one's paying attention whatsoever. So what you're saying is false, Luthes. I gave it a fair shot, 21 hours. By the final stream, no one cared about the game. I can't stream shit no one cares about. I'm a public streamer. I'm not streaming for myself. I'm streaming for a public consumption. The public doesn't want to consume it. You know? And you should know if you were there, you saw it yourself. I'm not making any of this up whatsoever. You know that, right? So there you go. All right. Bloom Kid with a $5 super chat. To be fair, you dropped or most of the best games. And he must have had a grammar error. To be fair, you dropped most of the best games this year. Not trying to be negative, just being honest. Well, that's a subjective thing to say. For example, if you're talking about Metaphor, I think I believe you. I mean, I only played 12 hours of it, but I loved it, and it sucked that I couldn't keep playing it. If you're talking about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, I don't know if I agree with you there. At first, it started off strong, but once I started doing the content that was considered to be the open world content to add to the game, I didn't think it was that good. The first open world segment was good. The second open world segment was identical. And I was like, oh, is this going to be the whole game? And everyone confirmed that's the whole game. You get a story beat that's pretty good for like 3-4 hours, and then you get an open world that's just repetitive and boring. And it just alternates between the two. That doesn't make a game of the year for me, sorry. You know, it just doesn't. So, yeah. But I don't know. Maybe, like I said, maybe Metaphor. But outside of that, what else did I play and drop? You think Dragon's Dogma 2? I don't know about that. And as for Black Myth Wukong, again, I'm sorry. Black Myth Wukong suffered the same fate. That was a game that I played over 20 hours of. And at first it was good. But once you get halfway into the game, the entire design of the game broke apart and failed. It was boring as dirt. It was too much open world wandering with no guidance, not knowing what the hell you're doing. It was boring as hell. The combat was incredibly repetitive, right? And it got to the point where even though I was making an advancement, no one cared. The attendance, again, fell off. It killed the streak. That was the game that killed the first streak. We were at 41 and the momentum was superb and everyone was watching my content. I was still in that, 1 month of huge boosted attention because I was on Kino Casino. People were still watching me for that kind of drama content and stuff. So it wasn't even that, I didn't have that attention. It was there. Just people didn't like the game, man. Again, I can't make people like a game. The game can only be as good as what it is when it was made. And there's some viewers. Okay, here we go. You ready? It's time to be honest. Ready for this? Some people need a dose of honesty. You're going to get it this morning from me. Okay, you ready? There are people out there that are so beloved, content creators, that literally people will do anything to watch them. It doesn't matter if they're playing a game. It doesn't matter what game they're playing. It doesn't matter if they're just sitting here talking about their day. It doesn't matter if they're talking about the news or politics. It doesn't matter if they're talking about their finances. It doesn't matter if they have a gripe and they're bitching about something. It doesn't matter if they're taking a shit or blowing their nose. People will still watch and send them money. You understand that? I'm not that person. When people come to Darkside Phil, they come for different reasons. Some people cherish my opinions on video games, okay? Some people find certain content that I put out funny or entertaining. Some people watch me to hate me, right? But I am not of that level of popularity where I can just play any game and people will watch it regardless. People will actually come to my streams if I'm playing a good game and watch in droves and enjoy. And if I'm playing a bad game, they go, wow, this game sucks, and they'll leave. You get that? That's just because, and again, I'm not the kind of guy that lies. Maybe if the entire time that I'm playing a game, I'm like, this is the best game ever. I can't believe how good this is. Wow, it's so good. Maybe then I'd retain more of an audience for certain kinds of games. But if I'm honest about a game, right, like a Black Myth Wukong started off very strong. I was actually quite impressed with the game. And then it fell apart halfway through. The moment that you hit chapter 3, the game is boring as dirt. They fucked it up. And that's on them. They definitely didn't have to do that, but they didn't know how to build a world that was interesting or a world that was well designed like FromSoft does. They did manage to emulate certain things FromSoft does, but they didn't really perfect anything different, nor did they do a good job of making that world interesting past World 3. You know, once you hit World 3, like, this is fucking boring now. And everyone agreed. Everyone watching agreed. So because I'm honest, now the interest falls off for the game. I could have lied. I could have said the game was absolutely amazingly outstanding, the best game I've ever seen, kissed its butt in every fucking direction. But that's not who I am. You know, and it's not. I'm not someone to lie and kiss a game's butt. 16 years of content creation. I'm not going to change overnight and become the yes man so that I can receive bags of cash in every direction and get tons of extra viewers. That's what tons of content creators do and have done, and that's the path they've taken. That's not the path that I've taken. So I'm not the kind of guy that can sit here and play any game and be successful. That's just because I'm truthful, right? I can't make a game that's actually quite boring, more entertaining, unless I just sit there ripping on it, but people will laugh for 5 minutes, but then they want to see something else, right? So I'm sorry, you know, and in the case of certain games, like Metaphor, I'm sorry, I really tried. I loved it. Every moment I played it, I told you how much I liked it. I couldn't get people to like it. I don't know what to say. Again, the audience for that game just isn't my audience. And it sucks, because how is it that now that Metaphor, I'm not playing it, and I agree with you, it probably is the best RPG of the year. How is it that now people have an issue with this? Well, where were you when I was playing Metaphor? Were you on the stream? Were you supporting it? If you weren't, that's why I'm not playing it right now. So what do you want me to do? You know? Sorry that I'm a normal guy. I'm not some ginormous guy who makes thousands of dollars every stream he puts out, and then I have the flexibility to play whatever I want, and it's kind of like, you know what it is? It's fuck you money. It's, well, I don't care what anyone says or does. Doesn't matter how popular a game is. I can play whatever I want. I don't have that level of flexibility. Right now, Dragon Quest III Remake just came out this week. You notice I didn't even mention it? This is a JRPG. But it just came out this week. People are saying it's so good. It's so good. Some people said I'm even liking it better than Metaphor. Some people have said that. Now, I don't know if I would like it better than Metaphor. I know I love Dragon Quest. I would love to play the remake. I didn't even talk about it. Why? Because I know this audience doesn't like it. You know what I'm saying? I just know it. So I'm not even going to try to, like, mess with that and get people's, you know, hopes up or whatever. Why would I? It sucks, but it's just reality. All right? And sometimes in life, you just have to focus on reality for what it is. To Luthace, to Bloomkit, to others who wanted to see these RPGs this year, I'm actually with you. I grew up playing RPGs. I love them. But they're apparently not working for the audience. I have tried, and they fail. I can't bring in viewers. I can't retain viewers, and I don't make any money. And this is my life and my business. I have to be responsible with what I do in the content that I put out. I don't know how else to say it. No other content creator is going to tell you this, by the way. You understand that? Every other content creator will make excuses, but I'm honest with my audience because I feel like I've earned that distinction in 16 years. You know, when I'm here telling you these things, it's because I want to be transparent with you and because I care enough about you and your feelings about games and stuff. People are like, you're not playing the best games of the year. You may be correct. I can't confirm that because I haven't played them through. You very well may be correct, but there's nothing I can do about that. I can't make audience action change. All I can do is put out content and see what you like and continue to play what you like and cut out what you don't. So I don't even know what else to say about it. Listen, the way to change an action you don't like, okay, is to take action yourself. If you like RPGs, tune in and support the RPG streams. Watch the RPG videos after the fact. That's how you get more RPGs in the rotation. Don't you think that if people actually did attend and support the Metaphor streams that I would be playing the game right now? Of course I would. I might have been done with it by now. Probably not, because you know me, I play so many games at once. But I would love to. Why do you think I did? I was ready to. I played almost the entire demo. It was like an hour left, and I quit, you know? I just don't even know what else to say. It also could be very simple. Streaming and gameplay is oversaturated, right? When I play an RPG, my experience with that RPG isn't necessarily going to be much different than another person's. Maybe just a reaction to a story element or something, but for the most part, it's going to be very similar. As opposed to fighting games is 100% my level of skill, my level of input. Competitive games online like Call of Duty, exactly the same. Or Bloodborne, that's a challenging game. You get to see me take on tough, difficult challenges and then overcome them, and you get that feeling of, you know, risk and rage, but then perseverance. That's different than just chill stream RPG, you know? Maybe there's just too many chill stream RPG streamers out there now, and they're much bigger than me. So they're sucking up all the attention for those games. And the thing is also, there's always some weird excuse, which I don't understand. Oh, Phil, well, the reason people didn't watch Metaphor is because you played the demo. And the demo was out early before the game came out, so people didn't want to spoil. What? If I didn't play the demo, I would have heard, well, Phil, the reason people don't watch you play Metaphor is because you played it too late. Everyone was playing the demo and you didn't play it. So now you're behind it. No one cares. They've already played the game. I can play your game too. The excuse game is stupid. There's no excuses for this shit. It just is. Okay? So I don't really know what else to say. You know, I just don't. I've tried my best. And, you know, it is what it is. If anyone else has some kind of insightful thing to say, I'm all ears. I just don't feel like there's enough insight here to figure it out. Besides, RPGs just did not work this year. Okay, and I know some of you are upset by that, but you could have remedied that by showing up and supporting those streams, and you didn't, which is why I'm not playing RPGs. I'm trying Veilguard because it was donated, and that's starting to fail too. The last stream did poorly. We're doing it again tomorrow, and if it does poorly again, we might not play it again. Okay? What's funny is these people can't even dispute it. Like, they know I tried to play the games. They know I gave them more than a fair shake. You know, I can understand your frustration, but I don't know how you can blame me. That's what I don't get. Like, your frustration is warranted. I'm frustrated too. I like RPGs and I can't play them right now, but I don't understand how you could blame Darksyde Phil for this when I've been trying so much, and, you know, I can't make people like a genre of game, and it really is a genre at this point. It really is.
You got some idiot named DSP who's a total piece of shit, by the way. I like to get that on YouTube.